Hey everybody, welcome back. This is episode number 15, and we have finally defeated Nimbasa City Gym Leader Alesa. So now with that done, we are going to head west, I believe, although, what is this? Hold it! What are you guys up to here anyway? Nothing, we're just standing here. So, what did we do to you that you're bothering us with questions? You didn't do anything, not to me at least. But I can never forgive Pokemon thieves like you. Just to let you know, you're about to feel my rage. Yeesh, trainers sure are unruly these days. Is that it? You're mistaking your Pokemon strength for your own? I couldn't care less about a runt like you, but I don't like being messed with. Seems like Hugh's a little bit outnumbered there. Uno, cover me! Alright, let's see if we can battle some of these guys. You've got some nerve for a little brat. Let's go. Been a little bit since we've had a Team Plasma battle. Should be a good opportunity to train up our Pokemon. And she has only one. A Watchog, though. They're evolving. Getting quite a bit stronger than we first started defeating them, and we're about the same levels, so at some point I might have to do some off-screen leveling again, but we'll see. We do have a very good move in Acrobatics, and we have a few evolutions of our own, so I think we still have the upper hand here. What's the big deal? This Pokemon I stole is useless. Guess you should have stolen a better one then. If we keep going like this, it'll end up like it did 2 years ago. I'm next. I stole this Pokemon 2 years ago and I've been training it ever since. It's tough. Oh, that's sad. Like there's some trainer out there who's lost their Pokemon for 2 years. That has to be like traumatic. Wow. Hopefully once we defeat him we can like, you know, turn him into the police and take his Pokemon and do like a lost and found so the owner can get it back. Poor Trubbish. Alright, so Trubbish is a poison type. So Acrobatics should actually do more damage than Dig, because Dig is 80 base power, so it's super effective, which means 160. Whereas Acrobatics is 110 base power, or 55, but it's double because we're not holding an item. And Dragon Breath, it's a very cool move, but it's special and I just don't think we're going to really have much use for it. Dragon doesn't really have great coverage. It has good neutral coverage, but bad super effective coverage. It's only good against other dragon types, so while it's a really cool move, we don't really have a spot for it, so as much as it pains me to do this, I love Dragon Breath, it's such a cool move, but yep, not this time. So Acrobatics would have been 110 plus, or times 1.5, which is 55, 165, so just a little bit more than Dig. You've got to be kidding. And I bullied it so much over the last 2 years to toughen it up too. Wow, this just gets worse and worse. We give up. I can't believe we lost to 2 kids. Just because you're strong, I'll tell you this. We, Team Plasma, are searching for something. When we find it, that's when our secret weapon will be able to use its true power. Farewell. Well, that's very ominous. Hopefully we can stop them from finding it. 5 years ago, Team Plasma stole my little sister's Purloin. It had been given to her as a present. I was only a little kid. I couldn't do anything. So that's why I have to get stronger. Good work. I knew you had good instincts. Well then. Oh, fully healed. Appreciate that. Listen up. You feel up that Pokedex. Keep getting stronger and stronger and back me up. I'll be counting on you from here on out too. Alright, well, the fight against Team Plasma continues. Now that we're fully healed, we can head out west here and get to a new route. Well, an old route. We've actually been here a little bit, but we can go a little further than we did last time. Alright, so actually there's a trainer up here. I don't know if we can get to them another way. No, I don't think we can. So I don't remember if we've actually seen what's in the grass or not. I guess I have because I trained here off screen, but oh, okay, we haven't fought that guy yet. Art is explosions, life forces colliding together. Huh, I must have run by him when I was training because I went to the dark grass and there was a trainer there that I accidentally encountered one time and had to turn off the game because I wanted to save it for on screen. But I don't think I encountered this guy. So he has a Sigilyph, as we know, a very strong Pokemon. Luckily it is part flying type, and my battery is low, so while we're fighting this guy, I am going to... Oh no, it missed. That's not good. Let's see how much Side Beam does. Alright, we are now charging, so I'm a little alarmed it doesn't have a charging symbol on screen, but the latest lit up, so it should be charging. And Psybeam didn't do that much, so that's not too bad. And there we go, down goes Sigilyph. Good job, Russ. Oh, I just got whitewashed. Poor guy. Okay, so let's try to avoid as much grass as we can. Yeah, this is the field where I did most of my training off screen. I like doing double battles because they're a little faster than single battles, so you can get XP more quickly that way. And it's just more fun too, something different. Alright, so she has a Budew. And that bodes well for us because we have a flying type. I'm really nervous now. I hope like the battery isn't broken or something in this DS, because this is the expensive capture card DS that would be very hard to replace, or at least very expensive to replace. So hopefully it's just because I've been using it a lot and haven't charged it. And one more grass type. Let's see if Acrobatics will take it out as well. It will. Alright. Nicely done. Let's get to level 32 and then I'll switch out to another Pokemon. We are pretty close at this point. And a Cherry Berry. That will prevent paralysis. Yep, as he said. How do we do the dowsing machine again? I always said X first, but it's actually Y. Alright. There's not much to really see here except that Ranger. Nope. And if we're lucky, we might have a double battle now. Nope, just a single battle versus Minccino. But we'll go ahead and knock it out just so I can get a little more XP and then give Russ a well-earned break. I guess I probably could have gotten rid of Rock Smash, but I don't know. Although against a Rock and Ground type, would Acrobatics still do more? It probably would. It's just such a better move in terms of base power. And there's something around here. We'll check that out in just 1 second. Let's bring him up next, and we'll leave him disguised as Flo for now. And there's our dowsing machine. So it seems to be further down here. Have we faced this guy yet? Oh, we need a prop case to battle him. Don't know what that is. Not too worried about it, to be honest. And we found a Hyper Potion, okay. That could be useful. Before we go west more, let's check and see what's in this van. Oh, she said her and her Pokemon bake bread together. That's cool. It's a maid looking for some ingredients. I don't know what an ingredient is. Is a berry an ingredient? It is. Oh. So I guess she gives like double for the price of berries and maybe other things as well. But still probably not great money, and we're actually pretty good on money, so... Okay, I think we faced him already. And you won't face me. How about you? Nope. Oh, what's going on here? Because it's a battle, one person has to win and one person has to lose. I wish my boyfriend could just enjoy the battle and not worry about losing. Sometimes he gets too serious. You have 4 gym badges. You might be able to defeat Charles. Please beat him for me. And I suspect you are Charles. I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. I wanted to get the attention of a girl I like, so I mastered a new style of Pokemon battling called Rotation Battles. Oh, that's fun. In Rotation Battles, you send out 3 Pokemon at a time in battle. One Pokemon takes the lead position, and the other 2 stand on each side. The trick is, each turn you can change their positions. And that's a rough explanation of Rotation Battles. I'm a heartbreaker, my name, Charles. Okay, yes, let's battle. So I think if it's like the previous games, in one game, most trainers... well, not most trainers, but a lot of trainers specialize in rotation battles, and in the counterpart game, they specialize in triple battles. Personally, I like triple battles a little bit more, but rotation battles can be fun too, so either way, it's a nice change of pace. So triple battle is like a double battle where you use all 3 at the same time, but rotation battle, like he was saying, you only have one Pokemon attack, but which one takes the hit, you can rotate to defend. And this is very confusing because we're not even using Pokemon that we think we're using because we're under the illusion. Alright, light screen, which means our special attacks will be less effective no matter which Pokemon he uses, but let's stick with Foul Play. They should all take neutral damage or super effective damage from a dark attack. He has an Arcan too, that's cool. It's actually an interesting trio there. It's the 2 fossil Pokemon and then Sigilyph, which is a Pokemon known to lurk in ruins. Let's see how Tortuga does. Or Tortuga does. And he used Crunch. Unfortunately for him, it's not very effective because we are a Zoroark. And while the jig is up, it doesn't really matter because we are faster. However, he knows Aqua Jet. Didn't do much damage though. I'm not as worried about it as I was back on the Royal Unova. Let's go ahead and rotate because I just feel like we probably should if we're going to be in a rotation battle. So we'll rotate in Bassa and we'll use Flame Charge. Oh, that was a bad rotation because now we took the Psybeam. And I assume the speed is based on whatever Pokemon is your lead Pokemon after the rotation. Because otherwise, we should have gone first there. Anyway, still a win. We just may have to use a couple potions. And lots of XP. Love to see that. And the Heartbreaker Charles has been defeated. Looks like only his heart was broken today. Sheesh, that's embarrassing. Getting school when I was planning to teach. Still, you have potential. You have to understand your Pokemon to win in a rotation battle. And I guess until you get 4 gym badges, they won't let you pass. That's kind of the roadblock here. Riding a bike and becoming the wind fits a bad boy like me. And off he goes into the sunset. You were great. Charles, too. He was great to some extent, I guess. 3 Pokemon. Love. Good, good, good. And they all lived happily ever after. Okay, well, that might be our only rotation battle for a while. But I think I see a double battle down there. So let's give our Pokemon some fresh water. And get ready for that. Could be a long route, but we'll see. And it is. Good, this should be fun. After watching a football game, we want to get rowdy ourselves. Knowing what a truly heated battle is all about is key to truly passionate cheering. They must be cheerleaders. And I guess they were just in Nimbasa City for either the small court or the big stadium. Ava and Aya. With a pair of Minchino. Seems like a good cheer Pokemon. Happy little guys. Alright, so... their attack is actually pretty good, so we're going to go with Foul Play. And I will use Flame Charge as well, just in case Foul Play, for some reason, doesn't finish off the Minchino. It did not. Yeah, I guess not being fully evolved and being a few levels lower, their attack stat is actually not that high. So probably higher than Nim's is, since Nim is more of a special attacker, but still not as high as like a level 31 evolved Pokemon would be. Alright, and Swift did a little bit of damage, but nothing too worrisome. I'm going to switch to Extrasensory now for the chance at flinching. Since it doesn't seem either of our moves will be a one-hit knockout. Although that one was, okay. Goes to show that stab isn't everything. You defeated us so soundly that even I feel disheartened. I cheered as best I could. Alright, onward we go to Driftvale Drawbridge. Cool. One thing I wanted to mention is that after that last battle, that was a really fun battle against Elesa. All 3 of them were. If you find wings here, you can get either items or face a not a Swanna, whatever its unevolved form is. Famous for Charles. Let's see if we can find a few more feathers. So yeah, there were 3 very fun battles, but I kind of felt a little bit disappointed at the end because oh, Swiftwing. I don't know what that does. Maybe you can sell for money. Oh no, I know what it does. Okay, I'll talk about wings in a second. But so after that 3rd battle, I was like, if she had used Wild Charge, or not Wild Charge, Volt Switch, would that have gone differently? So I actually sat down, I made a little list of playing out the battle on paper. Oops, went a little too far there. And figured out that yes, she actually would have won if she had used Volt Switch. I don't know why she didn't. My only theory I can think of is that maybe the AI is programmed to only use it when there's a Pokemon to switch to. Perhaps inadvertently, like maybe it says only use it if you have a Pokemon to switch to that would not be weak to the current Pokemon's type or something like that. And because there's no Pokemon to switch to at all, it might just not be able to have the right coding to switch or to use Volt Switch. Another Swiftwing. I'm pretty sure sometimes you can find a Pokemon battle here. Like a wild Pokemon will swoop down. It's a big bridge. Oh, here we go. So yeah, I was a little disappointed about that Elesa fight when it's like, I want to fight challenging opponents, but I want to beat them when they're at their best and using their best moves. So that was a little disappointing. But then it occurred to me that Ducklet, that's the name of the Pokemon, Ducklet. But then it occurred to me that we actually flinched. The Real Flow flinched during that battle, and there was only a 30% chance of that happening. So there was also a chance of Mudshot missing. But even taken together, there was like a 1 in 3 chance that we would have lost that battle if she had used Wild Charge, or I keep saying Wild Charge, Volt Switch. So long story short, while we would have lost if she would have used her best moves, we could have redone the battle again. And honestly, if it had gone the same way, but we had won that 2 out of 3 chance of not flinching, then we would have won. So I don't feel too bad about it because it really just came down to chance, and we just got a little unlucky there. Bridges connect different lands. Trading and battling with people can connect different people. I guess that means Pokemon are kind of a bridge as well. Well settled, chap. Well said. Alright. Also called the Charizard Bridge. I think that's what that kid on the bridge was talking about as well. And we're already in Driftvale, so that's okay. That's good. I was kind of hoping we would be close. That's why I didn't want to use too many more potions. But what is this? Oh, it's like a guy in an old Team Plasma costume on the south side versus a guy on the north side with a new Team Plasma costume. Come on, let's have some fun stealing Pokemon together like we did before. I can't. I learned the hard way that stealing from others is wrong. Oh, come on. It's too late to start acting all goody two-shoes now. Untrue. It's never too late to change, to learn. People don't understand our just cause. Don't they call you a villain? Don't they call you a villain who is plotting world domination? Even though you quit Team Plasma... Oh, I'm not sure who's speaking. Even though you quit Team Plasma, people are still really cold to you, right? So you might as well just come steal Pokemon with us and take over the world. The people who are mean to you now will be groveling at your feet and saying how great you are. No, don't go to the dark side. I can't. My Lord N will be sad. I can't do that to him. It's called there are factions here. Like some are loyal to N and some are loyal to Ghetsis and the Seven Sages. N, Team Plasma's king. What a joke. He's nothing more than a traitor. He disappeared somewhere and abandoned us when we needed him. Hey! Oh, it's you. Should have known. Start talking, you Team Plasma trash. Ow, you're gonna pay for that. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I'm not supposed to cause any trouble. I'll get you next time. You're not getting away. And off he goes. Good luck, you. I'm okay. We were friends when we were both in Team Plasma. But 2 years ago, Team Plasma split into a group that follows Lord N, who just wants to save Pokemon, and a group that follows Ghetsis, who plans to take over the world. You can hear the rest of the story in our home. It's on that little hill next to the Pokemon Gym. I just may do that. I feel like it's important to the storyline and the context to kind of understand what's going on here. A long time ago, Team Plasma stole my Pokemon. Well, they did give it back later. Oh, that's nice. Must have been one of the reformed Team Plasma people. I want to level up my dear Pokemon so they never have to feel the stink of defeat. Me too, buddy. Me too. The Elite Four of the Pokemon League are extremely tough. I hear you can't battle them unless you have HM badges. Oh, the market. What's in the market? That's one thing I wish the original games had done more, was like play up the Elite Four a bit and let you know there were bosses after the, and this time by original game I mean like red, yellow, and blue. Because really you beat the 8th gym, which was kind of the big deal. It's like, oh wait, there's more to the game, which is a nice surprise, I guess. But it would have been nice to kind of have some build up to them before that point. So these are really good items. They're cheaper than their counterparts, their normal counterparts. For example, Heal Powder is basically a full heal, but it costs 450 instead of 600. However, it makes your Pokemon not like you, which makes moves like Return deal less damage. And it's just, I don't know, roleplay-wise, it's not fun to have your Pokemon not like you, so not going to bother buying those. And we get an Expert Belt. That's cool. That's another really good held item. Oh my god, so many choices. Like you said, any super effective move gets a power boost, 20% to be specific. And, oh, I see an item. We'll have to come in from the other side to get that item. But first, Charles bought everything she had. Must have been flowers. I used to be part of Team Plasma. I have various kinds of incense. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, well, these are expensive, but they're used to make baby Pokemon. For example, of rose incense when given to a Roselia, will allow it to make a Budew egg. Although it looks like it also increased the power of moves of that type. So that's interesting. And Luck and Sense is kind of like an amulet coin. So they all have secondary effects as well, which could make them very useful. Lax and Sense is kind of like Bright Powder. Well, I think for better or worse, we already kind of have the items we want. I wouldn't mind like a dark powering item for Nim, but we don't have the black glasses yet. Rust is actually best with no item because of acrobatics. Bassa has an Eviolite, and I have a charcoal as a backup. We have both Muddy Water. We have Mystic Water and Soft Sand for flow. I guess if you mix Mystic Water and Soft Sand, you get Muddy Water. So I think we're good for now. And, ooh, Moo Milk. I will take a dozen. Those are like kind of the next step up from Lemonade. They're a cheap healing drink, and they heal 100 HP. And I love that you can buy a dozen at a time. That makes it so much faster than standing at a vending machine or in front of a farm person buying one bottle at a time. So I'm just going to buy a ton of these because we have plenty of money. I don't think we're going to need it for anything anytime soon, I don't think. I don't know if there is a department store with TMs in this game, but if there is, I don't think we're there for a bit yet, so might as well have those at the ready. Because eventually we'll run out of soft drinks and all. Well, let's talk to that guy, just in case he has anything. Alright, so feathers. Feathers are kind of like vitamins. So you guys are probably familiar with like Carbos and Protein. You know, Protein increases your Pokemon's attack. Carbos increases its speed, I think. Yeah, pretty sure it's speed. Oh, it's Charles again. Oh! Now he does triple battles. Yes, I do want to do triple battles. So I was telling you guys about that before. Alright, let's do it, Charles. It's probably the same Pokemon, but I'd love if they were different. That'd be cool. But now it'll be a different mechanics. That's kind of interesting. It is, the same three. But now instead of facing them sort of one at a time, we face them all at once. This will be fun. And it's raining. Interesting. So maybe Bassa's not the best one to use here. But we'll see how it goes. Alright, so I'm going to use Foul Play against Sigilyph. And you can only attack Pokemon that are either in front of you or one spot away. So for example, Rust cannot attack their Archon. So we cannot have a Battle of the Archons, unfortunately. I'm going to use Flame Charge, just in case Sigilyph does not faint, although it's not very effective against the other two. Let's use Rock Tomb. It might miss, but it's super effective against two of them, so... I don't know if Sigilyph were to faint, which one Rock Tomb would go after. Would it just like randomize it? Probably. And I'm going to use Dig against Tortuga, since it will be super effective, and that should also keep me safe from a water type move for one turn. So Wyguard is cool. It prevents you from being damaged by any move that would affect more than one opponent at a time, like Surf or Dazzling Gleam, if Dazzling Gleam exists in this game. And Light Screen, that's, as we know, a very good move. Luckily, we have a lot of physical attacks in this team, so... Alright, down goes Sigilyph, or Sigilyph, however you say it. Archon will now be very fast, thanks to doubling its speed with agility. Okay, so let's use... I'm going to use Foul Play again. Archon has a pretty good attack stat, as we know well. And let's use Arm Thrust against Archon for neutral damage. And I'm hoping that Dig will be enough on its own. Now an Aqua Jet in the rain didn't do that much damage. I thought it would do more. But I guess we are holding the Eviolite, which is, you know, great for increasing our defenses. Unfortunately, it will stop working when we evolve in a few levels. It only works on not fully evolved Pokemon. The good news is we have plenty of those, so it'll still be a good item for probably half the playthrough or so. One thing I really love about Pokemon games is that there's so much post-game to it, at least in most of the newer games. So it's not like, you know, once you fully train your team, you don't just like stop playing the game at that point. Like I had so much fun in my Pokemon Red playthrough, but by the time I was ready to evolve like the last few of them, it was time to face the Pokemon League and then the champion, and that was pretty much it. Alright, so he says the same thing again, but that was a fun battle. Let's grab this item here. And also, I will finish explaining. There we go. Little gap. feathers. So feathers are kind of like a protein or a carbos or those type of items. However, they're only 1/10 as good. So whereas the mechanic of it behind the scenes is that protein gives your Pokemon 10 effort values in strength, in attack. A strength wing or whatever it's called would only give your Pokemon 1 effort value. So it's still nice. At least I think it's 1 effort value. It might be 2. But you can't just stand on the bridge all day and get feathers and make your Pokemon super overpowered. I mean, I guess you could, but it would take literally all day and not, 10 minutes. I will use the ones we got those, so let's find them. Has no effect, so I guess you just sell the pretty one. Oh, the other ones are probably under medicine, since they are kind of medicine. Speed stat. That could be useful. Let's use that on... I'm thinking Bassa, because Bassa is not the fastest Pokemon by default. So that could be good to use. And I think Rez and Nim are both pretty fast. And Flo has the ability Swift Swim, so once we get Rain Dance, we can double our own speed. So we'll use both on Bassa. Alright, what else do we got here? I guess that's all we found. Okay. Well, maybe if I'm bored, I'll go back on the bridge and get a few more of those to up our effort values and make our Pokemon a little stronger. I am a little worried about some of the later battles in this game just because I think we're going to have a really strong, fun team, but so will a lot of our opponents. And as you can see, in challenge mode, they're definitely very tough, even at this stage in the game. So just imagine what the Elite Four and the Champion could possibly be like, let alone in their rematches. So, and while our Pokemon are strong, they do have weaknesses as well, not just in terms of types, but like Zoroark is very fast and powerful, but it has very weak defenses, and Bassa has much better defenses, but it's not the fastest, and it has a lot of type weaknesses. Russ is, super powerful, but it has the ability to defeat us, so if that gets triggered, it loses a lot of its offensive potential. And Flo is good, but Flo and the Pokemon we're about to catch are both like what I would call good Pokemon, but not like great Pokemon, or maybe they're between good and great. I'll give them a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, speaking of which, I think we're almost, let me check our town map here. I think we're almost at the point where we can catch our next Pokemon. So that should be pretty fun. I don't know if we can leave this town yet, or if we have to defeat the gym. I guess we can find out. Even though I won't catch him until next time. Yeah, I don't see anything stopping us from going to further west. So let's just explore town a little bit to finish up the episode. Construction to Twist Mountain is started, but we can't go there yet, I guess. Okay. So there's a shortcut there that I guess will open up later in the game. Could be useful. And, oh, these are the folks we were talking about before. Okay. Sir, that's the person I was talking about. Oh, okay, so I guess the 7 sages are on this side. Well, the 6 sages. I guess Ghetsis is the only one who's on his own side with the new Team Plasma. Over here, this way. Oh, so you're interested in Team Plasma, are you? If you hear what we have to say, you might be able to understand us. My guest. If you're going to come inside, I would like to see what kind of person you are, trainer. That's right, in a Pokemon battle. Do you find this acceptable? I do. Let us begin. Oh, that's cool. So, I like that we get to face them in a Pokemon battle, even though they're not, like, technically our enemy at this point. It's always cool to face interesting and unique trainers. It's nice they give the 7 sages their own unique sprites as well. In the original games, you actually could not face the 7 sages, like I think I mentioned before. It's funny, though, because I think in the post-game, you actually arrest them. Also, battery is at 2 stages. Yay, battery works. All right, Hertier's pretty... Ooh, it's strong, but it used Intimidate. But it lowered our attack stat. That's right, not its own attack stat. So because I'm using its own attack power, that Intimidate does nothing to us. This is actually a fun move. I'm glad we have Foul Play. I've never really used Foul Play before, as far as I can recall. But on a Pokemon like Flo, like Nim, that's fast and has a low attack stat, it's actually a really good move. Especially with that same type of attack bonus. We probably won't have it for the rest of the game, because eventually we'll get Night Days, I think it's called, which is like our signature ability. Also a dark type, but hey, for now. And while I don't know if Zubat has a good attack stat, I think it has a decent attack stat actually. It is super effective, so another knockout. Good job, Nim. Oh, you fight as if you really understand your Pokemon. Yeah, I guess he got time off for good behavior or something. It's only been 2 years, but not sure what the jail sentence is for being involved in a conspiracy to kidnap Pokemon, take over the world. You'd think it'd be a little longer than 2 years, and perhaps without parole. But what do I know? Maybe they got broken out by a Getsus or something. That could be a option as well. I apologize for testing you. Being former members of Team Plasma, we must deal with a lot. And it's you. He got away. And that is your friend. He may join us. All right, in we go. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Rude. You guys are all Team Plasma too, right? Tell me, what makes you different from the Team Plasma back there? More accurately, we're former members of Team Plasma. Because of the incident 2 years ago, we started taking care of the Pokemon that were separated from their trainers as a way to atone for our misdeeds. I hope they're trying to give them back, because that seems like a better cause. And you are? I'm Hugh from Aspertia City. 5 years ago, Team Plasma, I mean you, stole my little sister's Pokemon. I'm the pathetic trainer who wasn't able to stop you. Separated, what a joke. You were the thieves who stole them. Is that so? My sincerest apologies. Just an apology? That's it? Where's my sister's Pokemon? Purloin, where's Purloin? Wow, 5 years and they haven't found Purloin. That's so sad. Like, this poor little girl. Oh, that has to be like traumatic for a kid. The Pokemon you speak of is not in this place. I imagine it is still being used by Team Plasma now. Just as you say, our apologizing doesn't solve anything. But you can't move forward unless you admit you were wrong and apologize. Enough already. Apologizing isn't going to get my sister's Pokemon back. Uno, I'm going to the Pokemon Gym. I'll get stronger and crush every single member of Team Plasma. Team Plasma made trainers like him suffer. I feel terrible about it. How foolish we were. Uno, as you can see, I can't do anything to thank you. Actually, I have a favor to ask of you. Could you please look after this Pokemon, Zorua? Oh! I guess you can get Zorua before the post-game in this one. Okay, we can't take him with us. I thought I might go to the PC. Although, this might be one of like N's Pokemon where when you get it, you can't nickname it, so I'm still kind of glad we bred one anyway. Also, it can't learn extra sensory except by breeding. So honestly, yeah, I'm glad we didn't wait for this one, although it would have evolved almost as soon as we got it in this case. I'm not sure what level it's at. But again, that's a good reason, because I'm glad we could actually use Nim as a Zorua before it evolved. So all around a win-win. But I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. We don't need 2 long episodes in a row. But when we come back, we will talk to the rest of Team Plasma here, catch our newest member of the team, and maybe, no promises, but maybe even face the next Pokemon Gym. I'll have to kind of see what their levels are at ahead of time. But that's it for now. Thank you all very much for watching. Keep being awesome. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.